Hi friends, continuing our discussion, let us now look at some basics about robotics. Robotics is an interdisciplinary field that involves the design, construction, operation, and use of robots, which are focusing on creating intelligent machines. So we are here. The major focus is to create an intelligent machine that are created to assist humans in various tasks. The main objective of robotics is to create machines that can perform tasks, often repetitive or dangerous ones, more efficiently and accurately than humans. Yeah, that's where we began our journey when we have activities that are more repetitive. It becomes a boring for any human to do the same activity, the same action again and again and again. So when such situation is there where some actions are to be repeated multiple number of times, then we would prefer some system like a robot to work on. Another situation was when the situation is dangerous one, so it is hazardous to any humans to operate. In such situations, it is recommended to use machines that can simulate the human activities. So that's where we began our journey with the simple human activities that are more repetitive in nature and which are being performed in hazardous situations. That's where we began our journey. But the major idea was to replace humans in tedious tasks or hazardous tasks or the tasks that require very high precision. So we can make a machine work with more precision as compared to humans. If tasks involve hazardous environment, then instead of humans, we would prefer machine to work with. If it is tedious, like it needs more repetitions, or if it is requiring more power to work on, then it would be advisable to go for machines instead of humans. Then the next thing is to augment human physical as well as cognitive abilities. Yes, since centuries we have been augmenting the physical abilities of human through machines, but now we are into we are into a situation or into a condition that now we can even think of augmenting the cognitive abilities of human by a machine. Here, we would like to have the robots that can assist humans in daily life, like healthcare, accessibility, and so on. So, if it is healthcare, a human may forget things, but machine cannot forget once it is properly programmed, once it is properly designed, then machines will never forget things, but humans may forget things. So that may be a difficult situation when it comes to healthcare and all that. So it would be easier, it is recommended for machines to replace the humans or machines to assist the humans to be precise, not replacing but assisting the humans in the daily activities. They are very much helpful to operate in extreme or remote locations where human cannot reach. Extreme locations like where there is too much of heat, too much of cold, or there is lack of oxygen, or any such situation where human can uh, work with very much difficulty. In such situations, we can make our robots to work there and would like to optimize the resource usage and reduce the operational cost. So once we use robots, then the resource usage can be very well optimized. And once the overall process is optimized, definitely the operational costs are going to reduce. So the previous session we had discussed about the game tic-tac-toe, and here we are just trying to make our machine play the game, and you can see that the machine is trying to play a tic-tac-toe game here. And in this, instead of marking them, we have tiles with a cross mark or not marks. And in this case, the not mark may be used by the machine and the cross mark may be used by the human. So human may be placing this cross mark tiles, whereas the machine should pick up the not mark tile and think the exact position or the best position where it should be placed, and the whole thing should move and make sure that tile is placed at the proper location. So for doing this, we need one to observe the state of the environment. So for that, we may require some input devices, and then we want to make the movements. So for that, we need output devices. The input devices are called sensors. Here, in the previous example we had seen, we had used a camera to look at the ball and get the information. So we use the camera to see the board and to understand the situation. We use image processing or computer vision tools. So once we understand the situation, then our system can make a decision what to do next. That means pick one tile from the place where the tiles are placed. So for that, we need to move the arm to that location, then pull the arm down, hold the tile, and then move the tile up, then rotate and get the tile over the correct position where we want to place it, and then move down the tile, place it on the board. So all these actions are done by the actuators. So moving up, moving down, rotating, all these activities are done by the actuators. And most of the time, the actuators are motors and sometimes some other actuators like magnetic. and other things will be used. And this whole thing will be controlled by the control system. So there is a brain behind this, which is going to take the data from the sensors and make the decisions. And these decisions are brought into action through the actuators, and finally the work is done. Yes, it is very easy to say. It is very easy to look a video doing this activity, but to make that robotic arm work as per the requirement have got many challenges like uncertainty. So exactly where to fetch the time in the example. So if we want the things to be simple, then it has to be placed exactly at same place all the time, but not necessarily that we can keep the tiles at a given position all the time. So it can be located anytime, anywhere. So if I want north tile, then my robotic arm should move all around and find out uh, the next north tile available and pick it up, then move to the correct situation. So there is a lot of uncertainty here, and we need to make decisions, and these decisions have to be made on real-time basis. And there are many physical constraints like the capacity of the actuators or the resolution of the input cameras. So there are many constraints we have, and we should take all these challenges like uncertainty in the situation, getting the work done on real time, and having all constraints and overcome all that. We need to create what we call a robot for a particular application. So that was our basic robot. So what we are expecting for our future is a human level autonomy. That means robots that can reason, adapt, and learn in dynamic environment. Not that we are only playing with a tic-tac-toe game. So instead of a tic-tac-toe 3 by 3, if we make it a 5 by 5, then it should be able to work again. So instead of working on tic-tac-toe, if we shift to chess, then it should be able to work again. So any changes in the rules should be able to adapt, and for whatever actions a robot is taking, it should be able to give proper reason why it is done, and it should be able to learn and get adapted to the new environments. So that's how a human gets adapted. Just by looking at a few rules, the human can learn how to play. But the thing is, the first step, the human may not be good enough to play the game, but the play, if the game is repeated again and again, if the human plays the game again and again. Each time the skills gets improved, and that's what we say. Human is learning better and better to play the game, and we want the similar thing to be adopted by robots. So we want a human level of autonomy for the robots. We want general purpose robots, not that it should be working only for playing the chess or for playing it. So it can be any action, like a human. If you say play chess, he will play chess. If you say play this, he will play that. So we want robots also to behave like totally human. That means should not be limited to a particular activity. It should be able to perceive and grasp the new tasks, the new skills, and should learn on its own, whatever be the task allotted to it. And there should be a human robot symbiosis, that is seamless integration of robots into human society. That means the introduction of robots into our day-to-day activity should not disturb our social life. So it should not replace the humans, but instead it should help the human society to improve or grow together instead of creating a problem to the society. It should help the society to excel. So the next thing we would like to see is why reinforcement learning is well suited for robotics. That's what we look in detail in the next session. So please keep watching. Thank you.